Mr. Sanders, your last comment in your last video was you have second place syndrome and you're going to go from first to 30th because you're massively overtrained.
No, you see, last year I didn't overtrain. That's why I had a good performance. This year, though, I'm massively overtrained, and so do the old second place syndrome thing and finish 30th, 40th place probably. Finish 30th, 40th place probably.
Finish 30th, 40th place probably. Finish 30th, 40th place probably.
It was pretty spot on, eh? Pretty good foreshadowing. One day I'm going to be an author of fiction books. Yeah, not much to say other than that was a bad performance, a really bad performance. It's two in a row, two really bad performances in a row. And I've spent a lot of time thinking about it, of course. I was trying to give it the 72-hour rule before making any comments. We're at about 48 hours, so perhaps this is a little premature, but you're hopping on an airplane, so I wouldn't be able to capture it anyway. But yeah, do I think it was overtraining was the problem? And I would say no, because last year coming into this thing, I certainly overtrained more, especially the 2 weeks leading into it. I did a lot more volume and a lot higher intensity. So I won't go as far as to say that didn't play a role, but it certainly wasn't. I mean, this performance and the last performance, these two have been unmistakable in my entire athletic career. I've been competing in running since I was in grade 3. So how old are you in grade 3? Like 7 or 8? So 22 years of athletic experience, and I would put these two last performances up there as the weakest I have felt in athletic competition. And another one that comes to mind that was equally as weak was Ironman Texas 2015, where I was severely dehydrated. And so yeah, I haven't gotten to the bottom of it yet. I think it's gonna take a little while to get to the bottom of it. I definitely made some big changes, and I mean, this all comes back to the same things. I'm basically coaching myself. I'm making big changes with no real data, and then finding out what happens. And yeah, the big one, of course, that I made back in June. Well, first we'll start with the first big one. After Oceanside, I completely switched my bike position, everything. Then concluded after Mont Tremblant that was a bad decision and completely changed it all back. And then after Saint-Marin, I went vegetarian, and like 2 weeks later, I went vegan. Did the vegan for quite a while, and then after Mont Tremblant, I did a double conclusion. I was like, oh, can't do the vegan stuff. That's going to be a big problem.
Does that mean that you're going to get a coach or an advisor?
I mean, I've done the advisor thing, of course, and perhaps I cut the ties with David too early, because he probably would have advised me against many of the changes that I made this year. Yeah, man, it's going to take, I have to change. It's going to take change from me, and it's going to take me some time to come to terms with it. But I think it's probably going to, if I see the pathway unfolding itself, it's going to be a combo of both. It's going to be me having a true coach seeing me daily, triathlon specific coach with great track record and with many years of experience, so that I can trust them. And then also, if beyond, an advisor as well for overarching problems that I'm committing. And fortunately, I mean, we've got great sponsors who believe in us and still see that we have potential to compete at this level against these athletes, and they believe in us. And I'm so grateful for that. And I'm so grateful for my family continuing to support me, and for Aaron, who's hopped on the my dream, I guess, bandwagon. And it's I just don't want to I don't want to keep making these big mistakes when I've got so many people on my team believing in me, and I keep shooting myself in the foot and making these big mistakes. So the time has come to finish what I've effing started, and I'm gonna damn well get help where I need to get help, and I'm gonna listen. And of course, I'm my own person, so I'm gonna have my feedback, of course. And I didn't get here by just sitting around doing what I was told, but I certainly am ready to change and to listen and to become a better athlete and a better person. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, I feel like I'm just like repeating myself here over and over again. Every season I come to the same conclusion. I'm an idiot. Coaching myself, and I'm incompetent. Swim like shit. Need to keep swimming better. Not doing it. Not swimming better. Maybe you're swimming better in the pool, but you're not doing it in the open water. Making massive overarching mistakes. So I won't go out there and say exactly what I intend to do, because I need to let it stew on it for a bit. But the conclusion, what I've seen, what's been happening, basically right around when I got into triathlon is, don't swim front pack, don't come. And so first and foremost, you need to swim in the front pack. You need to be coming out with Patrick. You need to be coming out with Cameron. End of the story, period. No ifs, ands, or buts. You can't do that, well, don't come to these races. So that's obviously of massive importance for me, and then obviously to continue to hone the bike and the run and to at least get back to where I was previous. I won't say exactly what I'm going to do because I don't entirely know, but there's going to be big changes coming. I'm very likely going to have to move. I just don't think the way I've been doing it has gotten me so far. And to go where I want to go, the sport's progressing. I'm watching it progress. These athletes are getting better. Patrick's an amazing athlete. He upped his game on the bike as well, and then still backed it up with a great run. And so if you want the dream, then you need to fully commit to the dream, and I've not fully committed to the dream to the best that I could. And this coming here a month early was great experience, because in my mind this was a big thing for me to come here. I didn't really want to, from the standpoint of I don't like to leave home and leave my little puppy dog, but I'm committed, and Aaron's committed, and so it was a big step for us. And I think the next thing is I just don't know if I can continue to train lone wolf like this anymore and make these terrible overarching mistakes. Trombone, I actually thought about walking my bike up a hill, first time in my entire life I've ever done that. And then this time I got dropped. I had put approximately a minute into the pack going up the 7-mile climb, the second pack, whatever it would have been, the big one. And by the bottom of the climb, they had caught me, and by the time we got onto the Queen K, they all went by me, and there was nothing I could do to keep up with him. So now this is another experience, the first time I've ever gotten dropped in a race. And yeah, it's just, it's not a great feeling. And it didn't take much power to keep up with that pack. 260 was what it would have took to keep up with it, and I had at most 230, 240 in my legs, and it was just, yeah, I don't know, it was really bad. I mean, I definitely really appreciate Tim Don, who both times I came by, first time I came by, he figured I was hunting for the front, and he said, "Go get him, Colonel." And then second time round, he said, "Keep fighting," because he knew I was going backwards as fast as I went forward. And I definitely reflected on those words for pretty much the rest of the race, and that really helped me get through to the finish.
Is this like a bunch of excuses, or did you dissect this like during your race as well? I mean, what was going on through your head through the marathon?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to make excuses. Is this what I'm capable of? I mean, was I capable of duking with Patrick? I'm not going to say that. Trust me, I wanted to drop out 1,000 times. It would have felt great to drop out for a second. But these were the cards I dealt. Whether I dealt them to myself or not, it's irrelevant. These are the cards I was playing on the day, and I did my absolute best on the day. And trust me, it would have been very easy to do 4 hours on that marathon. I didn't need to finish in 3:15 by any means, but that was the best I could do with what I had. And so, are these excuses? Yeah, sure. Yeah, they're excuses. But I expect more from myself, and I know I'm capable of more, and therefore, it doesn't really matter. That is what it is. I mean, dietary, first things I'll be doing is going to get a blood test and making sure at least the things that can be observed in a blood test are hopefully working properly. I mean, I'm in this ethical dilemma of eating meat and not eating meat and not wanting to kill the animals, and it's like, well, do I need to eat meat to perform, and can I do it without eating meat? And I just don't know the answers to any of these things. So this is a thing that I'm going to continue to investigate. Pretty certain that I'm going to have someone watching me daily, someone worth their salt daily in 2019, daily, showing up accountable to someone who sees me, sees when I'm doing stupid things and says, man, you're doing stupid things again. And then you had recommended this to me. I just completely making up bike position, all this stuff. It's all just made up. It's all my own makeup. No experience. I have no knowledge, no experience. I'm going to employ a very good bike fitter, become as best a biker as I can. I'm going to go into the wind tunnel. I feel like I'm just a broken record, saying the same things over and over again. So talk is cheap. Show me. I'm not going to say it again. Show me what the hell you're talking about. So that's what I'm going to do in 2019. That's the big change. Less of this, more of show me what you're talking about. So that's what the theme of 2019 will be.
Are you going to document a lot of this stuff for people to see, or will you go pretty dark and work on all this alone?
No, I've committed part of my journey now, and I see, and I mean, I don't know how I got into triathlon. I still don't really understand where it came from above, if you wanna go there. And my duty now, one of my big duties, is to share. Trust me, I don't even want to talk on this camera, but I think it would be really lame to go from my whole career. I've been very open, transparent, and shared the journey and shared the ups and the downs, but there was a lot of ups in the initial stages. Actually, it was quite quickly. And now to have a big down when I felt like I was finally ready. This would be the absolute both worst time to stop and the most important time to continue to document the struggle, because it's real. I mean, the last place I wanted to be was hanging out at the finish line yesterday. I felt very embarrassed. I was proud of my effort, but I just expect more from myself, and I devoted myself to that, and to perform like that was not good. And so yeah, you're damn right. I'm going to continue to, and I don't care what people have to say about it, you know what I mean? This is the ups, the downs, this is who I am. These are the mistakes I've made, and I'm going to try to stop making as many mistakes. But this is the journey, and so this is the life of professional triathlon.